Think about the last time your cat meowed at you. You probably got up, got them food, adjusted something, moved so they could sit in your spot. You thought it was your idea. It wasn't. There's a concept in animal behavior science called operant conditioning, and your cat has been running it on you without any training from the very first week it arrived in your home. Not because cats are sinister, not because they're plotting against you, but because cats are extraordinarily good at reading cause and effect. And you, from the very beginning, were the most important cause in their world. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the exact mechanisms your cat uses, each one backed by published research. And by the end, you'll never look at your cat's behavior the same way again. Part 1. The meow that doesn't exist in the wild. Here's something most cat owners don't know. Adult cats almost never meow at each other. That's not speculation. That's the conclusion of Dr. John Bradshaw, one of the world's leading cat behavior scientists, and the author of Cat Sense. In the wild, adult felines communicate through body language, scent, and subtle vocalizations. The meow, that sound you hear dozens of times a day, is almost exclusively reserved for one audience: you. Researchers believe that over thousands of years of domestication, cats evolved or adapted the meow specifically as a communication tool for humans. And here's where it gets interesting. The meow isn't one thing. A 2009 study from the University of Sussex found that cats embed a high-frequency cry, almost identical in acoustic structure to a human infant's cry, inside certain meows. Specifically, the meows they use when they want something urgently. Why does that matter? Because human brains are hardwired to respond to infant cries. We can't help it. It triggers something ancient and deep. So when your cat sits at the food bowl and makes that sound, the one that's slightly more urgent, slightly more insistent, it's not random. It has learned, through repetition, that this particular vocalization gets the fastest response from you. That is training. Your cat found the frequency that works on your nervous system and filed it away, and they do it for more than food. Think about the meow they use when they want to come inside. The one at 3 a.m., the one when you've been in another room too long. Each one is slightly different. Researchers who have studied cat vocalizations extensively report that cats develop individualized meow repertoires, tailored to their specific human. Your cat's meow vocabulary was built by watching what worked on you. Part 2. The slow blink is not what you think. Most cat content online frames the slow blink as a gift. Your cat blinks slowly at you. That means it loves you. It's a cat kiss. That's true. But it's only half the story. The slow blink is also a tool. Here's how it works from the cat's perspective. When cats first meet, eye contact is a threat signal. A direct, unbroken stare means challenge, aggression. The slow blink, closing the eyes briefly, then opening them, is a deliberate de-escalation. It communicates, I am not a threat. I trust you enough to close my eyes near you. A 2020 study published in Scientific Reports by Dr. McComb's team at the University of Sussex confirmed what cat owners had long suspected. If you slow blink at a cat, it will slow blink back. And that exchange increases affiliative behavior. The cat is more likely to approach you. But here's what the research also shows. Cats initiate slow blinks strategically. They don't do it randomly. They do it when they want to increase positive interaction, when they want you to engage with them, when they want something to happen. Your cat has learned that when it looks at you a certain way, you soften. You talk to it. You reach out. You become more available. So the slow blink, this thing you experience as a moment of pure tenderness, is also a calculated move to make you more receptive. The beautiful part? Both things are true at once. It's genuine connection and strategic behavior. Cats are not machines. The warmth is real, but the timing is not accidental. Part 3. The gift that trained you to praise them. At some point, your cat probably brought you something, a toy, a sock. If you're unlucky, something that used to be alive. Your reaction mattered more than you realize. Cats are not social hunters. Unlike dogs, they don't hunt in packs, don't share food as a bonding ritual, and don't have an ancestral template for bringing prey back to the group. So the gift-giving behavior in domestic cats is genuinely unusual, and researchers don't have a single unified explanation for it. But one of the strongest theories is this: your cat is treating you as a dependent. Female cats with kittens bring back prey, first dead, then injured, then alive, to teach their young how to hunt. It's a pedagogical sequence. Behavioral biologist Dr. Paul Leyhausen documented this extensively, and some researchers believe that domestic cats, particularly those with strong bonds to their owners, extend this behavior to the humans they live with. Not because you seem like a kitten exactly, but because you occupy a similar role in their social world. You are important to them, and you clearly cannot hunt. So they bring you things. Now here's where the training loop closes. The first time your cat brought you something, what did you do? You probably reacted, strongly. Even if the reaction was horror, it was attention. And cats are exquisitely sensitive to attention. If you picked up what they brought, if you talked to them, if you made eye contact and said anything at all, your cat registered that this behavior produces a significant human response. And it repeated it. Whatever behavior you reacted to most, that behavior got reinforced. You didn't train your cat to bring you gifts. Your cat trained you to respond to them. Part 4. The routine they built around your schedule. Cats are crepuscular, most active at dawn and dusk. But domestic cats shift their schedules significantly to match their owners. A 2013 study tracking cat activity patterns found that cats who live indoors with humans adjust their peak activity windows to overlap with their owners' waking hours. They sleep when you sleep. They become active when you're active. Not always, but measurably, statistically, more than random chance would predict. This is not random. Cats are learning your schedule because your schedule controls access to resources, food, attention, warmth, engagement. But there's something more subtle happening too. Your cat has mapped your routine in precise detail. They know what happens after your alarm. They know which sounds mean you're about to leave, the specific sound of your keys, the sound of you putting on shoes. Researchers studying animal cognition have documented that cats distinguish between sounds that predict owner departure versus sounds that don't. And they often begin expressing anticipatory behaviors, sitting by the door, vocalizing, minutes before you leave, based entirely on sound cues you've never consciously taught them. And they use this map. The cat that wakes you up 10 minutes before your alarm isn't psychic. It has learned that this window, this specific period, is when you transition into waking. That's when you're most available, most likely to respond, most likely to feed them early if they're persistent enough. They didn't read a book on behavior modification. They just paid attention to you every single day and built an internal model of how you work. Part 5. The purr that's asking you for something. The purr is the most recognized cat sound in the world. It's associated with contentment, comfort, safety. But researchers have found something unexpected. Not all purrs are equal. Dr. Karen McComb, the same researcher from the slow blink study, published findings on what she calls the solicitation purr. It's a purr that contains an embedded high-frequency cry, similar in structure to the manipulated meow from Part 1. When she played recordings of these solicitation purrs to people who had never owned cats, they still rated them as more urgent and less pleasant than regular purrs. Something about the embedded cry activates a response in humans that bypasses conscious processing. Cats produce this specific purr only in certain contexts, primarily when they want food, when they want attention, when they want you to do something. Your cat has two distinct purrs. One it makes because it's calm. One it makes because it needs you to act, and if you own a cat, you already know this, somewhere in your body. There's the purr you can sleep through, and there's the one that makes you get up. Your cat found the difference, and uses it deliberately. None of this makes your cat less loving. That's the thing I want to leave you with. Everything we've covered. The meows calibrated to your nervous system. The slow blinks timed to soften you. The gifts that trained your attention. The routine built around your movements. The purr engineered to make you act. None of it means your cat is manipulating you cynically. It means your cat is paying attention to you. Constantly. Obsessively. It means you matter to them enough that they've built an entire behavioral vocabulary around you specifically. Not around humans in general. Around you. Your schedule. Your sounds. Your responses. The science of cat cognition is still young. Cats have been studied far less rigorously than dogs, partly because they're harder to study and they don't cooperate on command. But what researchers keep finding, again and again, is that cats are far more attuned to their owners than most people expect. You've been trained, but you've also been watched, learned, mapped by an animal that, in the wild, needs nobody. It chose to need you instead. If you've ever noticed your cat doing something and thought, why does it always do that exactly then? That's probably not coincidence. Drop it in the comments. I'd genuinely like to know. Next week, we're going to look at the opposite side of this. What your cat actually understands when you talk to it, and why the tone you use might matter more than any word you've ever said. Subscribe if you want that one, and I'll see you there.